welcome. I am so happy to have you here. You're going to have to unmute yourself, darling. And Angela has been a friend of mine for quite some time, and it's interesting to see how we have, grown and morphed and changed our businesses over time. And I consider myself honored and, you know, to call her a friend. So I am glad to have her here. Thank you. And with that, I give you the stage.
Thank you. Aw, you make my heart melt. I am honored. I am honored. I wouldn't be here without Haley. Anyone else feel that way? That you would not be here without Haley? Hello, right? Everything that I'm about to share with you, yeah, I learned it in the brick and mortar fashion, but in the fashion that I do business today would not exist without Haley. Nothing I have would exist without Haley. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to start crying. So I love you. I love you to the moon and back. I am Angela, and I am, some of you may know me as the mayor of Biscotti Park, which is the virtual village that you're actually sitting in, whether you realize it or not, because this is the virtual convention center in Biscotti Park. And we started out as a coffee shop group that came from a comment that started in Haley's WEN group, because I needed a coffee shop experience, and I was working from home and didn't know how to work from home and be online and do business. So in my business journey, I spent a lot of time trying to be what I saw as successful in everybody else and abandoning who I actually am, which ironically is what I teach. I teach people how to leverage how they're wired and do life, including business, that way. But I myself was not taking my own advice, and I was taking all the classes and trying to be the cookie cutter image of the teachers that I was paying and the coaches that I was paying. Anyone else do that ever in your business? It's very exhausting, and doesn't make you very successful, because we need to be who we are called to be. So today, I am going to share with you some ideas and some tips on how to be yourself and put your personality to work for you, which means you get to decide how to do business the way you're wired to do business, and not discounting any amazing classes or teachers or coaching that's out there, but understanding that you need to take that information and adapt it to you, not try to be that person. They're teaching you a system, they're teaching you a process, but you need to then take it, understand it, and then adapt it to you. That's how success happens. That's the only way that you're going to actually get your ROI back from these amazing things that you're investing in. Okay. So I always start with two questions. And if you catch my podcast on Wednesdays, I'm the personality professor. So we're going to go through my two questions so that I can help you. Sandy's like, I'm ready. Sandy has been cruising with me for years now. So she's like, I got the two questions. Sandy could probably give this class. So 2 questions I always start with, and feel free to drop your answers in the chat and play along, because this is a really cool way to meet people and collaborate as well when you're looking for people who are like you or people who are opposite of you who can help you fill in the gaps that you're missing. Okay, so first question is, are you outgoing or reserved? Outgoing individuals doesn't necessarily mean you're the life of the party. What it means is you are fast-paced, you move fast, talk fast, think fast, make fast decisions. You tend to jump in and figure it out as you go along, as Sandy's like, yes, that is me. So that is outgoing. The opposite is true. If you are reserved, then you will be softer spoken. You will speak a little slower. You need more time to process your thoughts and think things through, create a plan before you move and act on anything. So that would be a reserved individual. So I see lots of outgoings, a couple reserves. Awesome. So that's one aspect. Here's the second question. Second question is, are you more task focused or people focused? And by the way, there's no wrong answers, and just play along for today. You can change your answer later. I swear I'm not going to come hunt you down. So task individuals, they are the thinkers. They ask questions like, what are we doing and why are we doing it? Those are the task people. What needs to be done? I need to look at all the tasks, all the processes, all the ways, right? And why are we doing this? What is my reason? What am I accomplishing, right? Why is it being done this way? Those are the task individuals, okay? People individuals, they ask questions like, who's going to be there? Who do I get to be with? Who's going to be affected? Those are the people. Or how are we going to get there? How is it going to be done? How should I help you? How can I do that? Those are the people. So, and we're all a blend of everything. But for today, just pick, are you a task person or a people person? Where do you land? I must be sounding like I'm singing because this keeps telling me that you should set up your music settings. I'm like, what? It says, are you playing music? You should set up your music settings. Okay, so anywho, all right, let's see here. So we've got a lot of outgoing, some tasks, people. We discussed musicals yesterday. I am a musical nerd, by the way. Outgoing, reserved, at home, totally. And yeah, it could be situational as well, for sure. Outgoing or reserved, depending on the situation. Yes, outgoing task. Okay, awesome. So, and if you want more information, I do have, if you grab my freebie, there's a 6-question assessment with the results page that will tell you more detail about yourself, totally free. So go grab that. But for today, we're just going to play with these 2 questions, okay? This will give you an 80% accuracy rate. So you can do this on people that you come in contact with too. This gives you an 80% accuracy rate of their primary personality style, okay? So, all right. So for today, if you said outgoing and task, then that would put you in the D quadrant. And Ds are very driven, very determined. I call them mountain movers because if they see an obstacle, that's like a challenge. They're like, oh yeah, I don't think so. It's like they're going to get over it, around it, through it, blow it up, doesn't matter, whatever it is. That's a D, and they like are gonna conquer that mountain. Those are the mountain movers. If you answered outgoing and people, then you would be an I in the DISC. I use DISC process. Any assessment though at DISC, colors, Myers-Briggs, temperaments, they're all based on the same data. It's just been extrapolated differently. So you probably are familiar with these things, just called different things. So I's, outgoing and people, are inspirational, influential individuals, usually have shiny object syndrome. I think Haley mentioned that as one of her crabs, sparkly objects. So I's, I call those the dream chasers. Okay, they are always looking to the next dream, the next hill. Grass is always greener over there. Like, what do they have? What's the newest, greatest, right? So those are the I's. If you answered reserved in people, that would put you in the S quadrant, which stands for supportive or sacrificial. And I call those peacemakers because they want peace at all costs, including sacrificing themselves at all costs. They want peace. Those are the S's. And then the C's. C stands for cautious or calculating. They also, I say computers, they're like walking computers because their minds work so quickly and they are designed to see gaps. They see the gap, they fill the gap, which means they are anything and everything that you could possibly need, which means they rarely are what they're called to do because they're so busy being everything for everybody else. Those are C's, and I call those promise keepers because they're the ones that make sure everybody stays within the safe boundaries and things get done correctly. So those are the 4 basic styles that we're going to look at today. I'm going to check out the gallery. You all have been like chatting like crazy over here. Okay. And yeah, definitely. Where is your crab, right? Where is your crab on this wheel? Because you're going to understand maybe a little bit more about them in a minute. Okay. Where's your crab? So when we're talking to people about how to run your business and how you operate, I really like to focus on finding your rhythm, finding how you are meant to interact with your space, right? Because all you can control is yourself. That's all you can control. And if you want to be successful, the easiest road is going to lead you to success, right? You want to pick the easiest path towards your money. You imagine your money is sitting in a big old pile, right? And you've got all these forks in the road that can get you to that pile. Well, if you see one that goes straight and has no barriers and nothing to crawl over, why wouldn't you take that road? Right? Well, you look over here and, oh gosh, she's got the fancier shoes, as Sandy might say. Her shoes are pretty and her bag's really pretty. And look, I know that road looks really hilly, but gosh, I want that bag and that, but here's your big old money pile sitting right in front of you with nothing in front of you. Why would you not walk that way? Right? Why are you going to look over there? Because she seems to have what you think you need. Well, guess what? She's on a different path than you. So let's find out what path you should be on. You got a lot. Okay, we got questions. Okay, I'm going to go through this and then I'm going to go through questions because I don't want to run out of time and I don't want to steal time from the next speaker. All right. So if you are an outgoing individual, okay, outgoing individuals need action. We think in action. You have to actually fall down and get up and fall down and get up because that's how you're wired. That's how you learn. You cannot read a book. You cannot watch someone else do it. You cannot research and make a plan because that's not how you learn. If you try that method, you may find that actually you're stuck because now you've got all this knowledge weighing you down and all these possibilities weighing you down, but you haven't taken one step. And if you wait too long, then you're going to be afraid to move at all because you've weighed yourself down. Too much information. Outgoing individuals, they think through activity, they think through action. So if you are an outgoing individual and you are stopped because someone in your life has told you, well, you need a plan. Well, you can't move without a plan. Well, what's your business strategy? Well, how much money do you got in the bank? Well, how many people have you talked to? Well, do you have an email list? Well, all these things, right? Crab, right? And you think, well, that sounds very logical. Well, you're right. That's true, right? 40% of the population is outgoing. 60% of the population is reserved. Reserved individuals need a plan. They need a structure. They need their feet under them. Otherwise, they move and things crumble and then they're crushed and they're afraid to go again and they will give up, right? If they fall too hard, they will just give up. So 60% of the people around you are going to give you advice that works for them. Guess what? If you're in the 40 percentile range, that ain't going to work for you. So has anyone been trying to operate in the wrong rhythm? Has anyone been stifled by planning? Has anyone like today gone, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like I could just go do that. Like, right? That's how I move. And when I sit and I'm going to tell you, I was talking to somebody, it might've been Sandy. I think it was Sandy. I was like, oh my gosh, I just realized why I'm so overwhelmed this week because I made myself a list. I'm an outgoing person. Look at my list, ladies. I looked at that list and I was like, before my week even started, I was like, right? Because don't do this to yourself. If you're an outgoing person, your list needs to be 3 to 5 things. 3 to 5 things. Don't overwhelm. Now, if you're a reserved person and you have outgoing friends and they're saying, Well, come on, just do it. Just do it. Just step out on the ledge. Just jump off and figure it out. Guess what? You're going to crash and burn. You are going to crash and burn, ladies. Don't do that to yourself. So important to run with your pack. Okay. Run with your pack. If you're an outgoing person, you better be running with outgoing individuals, right? If you're a slower, reserved pace person, run with people who are at your pace. If you're in a race, you're not going to kill yourself to run and catch up with the people in the front. You know that you're a slow and steady runner and you will get it to the end, because those people in the front that kick right out of the gate, they're going to burn out. And guess what? You've reserved your energy and you're going to cross the finish line. We all cross the finish line. You just got to figure out how you're going to get there, right? How you're going to get there. That's not going to kill you on the way, right? It doesn't do you any good if you get to that money pile that we talked about in the beginning and you're like, oh, I made it. Oh my gosh, right? And you can't even enjoy it because you're dead by the time you get there. Yes? All right, hike at your own pace. Yes. Yes, know yourself, right? And this is not a limiting belief. This is a freeing belief. This is a know who you are and operate according to who you are. Okay. Love your crab for telling them, oh my gosh, you can't jump off that cliff. You don't have a parachute. Oh yeah, guess what, girl? I can fly. I don't need a parachute, right? At the same time, be the friend that if you see your friend about to jump off the cliff and you know, hey, parachute, do you have a parachute? Do you have a jumping buddy? Right? Know who they are, help them out where they are, meet them where they are. So that's one that we just covered one question. How's my time? Am I good? Okay. So the second half of this, remember we talked task and people. Okay. So task individuals need systems. They're thinkers. They are thinkers, remember? They want to know, what are we doing? List. What are we doing? How are we doing? Or why are we doing it? What are we doing? Why are we doing it? Okay. They need to know that. So they need to work in lists and systems. They need that. Spreadsheets are their friend. They need that. It frees them, because once you have everything in a row and you have your path, then you can just move. And that's how they're wired. Okay. Obviously, when I made this list, I was feeling very task this day. Okay. In my blend, I have the D, which is on the task side. So I do have it, and I must have been feeling very much like I needed to get my stuff in order. So that's what I did to myself. And then I woke up and I was on my people side and I went, right? So it happens. We do this to ourselves. People, they need to build relationships. They move in relationships. Okay. They are the feelers of the world. So when you look at how you run your business, if you are in that task half, if that is who you are, and that is only 35% of us, if you're in that task half, then you need to have your daily list. You need to have your weekly planner, or multiple, as Jade would say. Which planner do you want to see? I have multiple. You need that. You need to be concentrating on your systems, making sure you have a business plan, have a business coach, right? Have all of your systems in place, because then that frees your brain from carrying around all of the thoughts that are floating, and it gives them a place to live. So then you can actually move. So you need that. If that is you, you need that. If you don't have that, I bet Haley could help you with that. But if you are in the 65% of us who are people oriented, if you spend all of your time and money and energy learning how to make spreadsheets and how to use planners, you will die. Your business will go, and you are not going to see anything. So your resources, your time, yes, have them. Yes, they're awesome tools. I'm not saying don't have them. I'm saying don't live in there. Don't sit in and pet your spreadsheet every morning because it's so pretty. Don't you need to go and talk to people. You are in relationship. You are a relationship driven person. So come into Haley's amazing space and build a network. Grow your Facebook group. That's where you live. You live in community. You need to activate the people. So people are your tools. People are your resources when you're a people person. Okay. Systems are your friend when you're a task person, because when you're a task person, you don't want all the people telling you their opinion and telling you how to do things, because that's going to slow you down. Okay. But when you're a people person, if you're busy over here playing with your computer, you're going to, all the energy is going to be sucked out of you and you're not going to have anything left for peopling. Okay. So if your first nature, and if you're a people person, and this probably is going to be counterintuitive, so I'm going to warn you. If you're a people person, logic tells us, oh, I need to get my systems in order so that I can go out and meet with people and have coffee dates and have my networking time. I got to get my work done first because I can't, because we've been taught, get your work done and then you can play. Get your work done and then you can play. Sit down and then you can play. Go to your desk and get your homework done and then you can play. And then you can talk on the phone, right? I was raised this way. Well-meaning. But when you apply this and you're a people person, that's actually the opposite. Your first instinct is actually true. When you get excited about something and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta call my girlfriends. That is what you should be doing. The very first thing you do not sit down and make a plan and make a list. Oh, let me make a list. Oh, let me plan an event. No, you open up Facebook or Clubhouse or whatever tool you use, and you go, where is my Rolodex? Where is my contacts? Hey, Sandy. Hey, Diane. Hey, Haley. Guess what? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That is what you should do. We should have a retreat. Who wants to be there? Okay, you, awesome. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's hop on a call really quick, and we're gonna go ahead and organize it, and then where are we gonna have it? And this is how you plan. You don't go, oh, I should hire an event coordinator, and I think let me make a financial plan. No, that's not how you operate. Okay, so knowing who you are, and I'm landing the plane, I promise. Knowing who you are, operating as such, right? Are you an action person? Do you need to move and feel it and get the bumps and bruises along the way? Or do you need to stop and plan and get your feet under you and have a process and a foundation in place? Do you need to live in your systems, invest in systems, consult your systems before you move in your business? Or do you need to grow your network, consult your friends, and activate the people in your life because you move through people? There's no wrong answer. The only wrong answer is to try and be someone that you're not. That's the only answer. So thank you so much for having me here. I have been Angela, and I'll check the comments. Sorry, I didn't even take a breath to let you in, but you know how to find me. Let's have coffee across the street at the coffee house, or you can find me on the stage in the WEN Convention Center through the week. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you so much. This has been awesome. Everybody, let's give her a round of applause and lots of reaction, lots of love. This is really, really informative, I think, for a lot of people to start to see, who they are, where they are, how they're reacting, and perhaps a little bit of the why there is no one size fits all when it comes to business, and why when gurus say just go out and build a funnel, it sends some people straight down the drain and other people figure it out. Cool. Thank you. This has been awesome, inspiring, and absolutely amazing.